get on a little bit here. Wow, that is just like partial throttle. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a 2022 Audi RS7. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Jody Wilkinson Acura here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this RS7. This one is available for sale right now. If you're interested, I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below. They also sell the new Acura models and they do not have any markups over MSRP on their cars. So if you want a great deal on a new Acura as well, definitely check them out. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 591 horsepower and then 590 pound-feet of torque, which gives this car a 0 to 60 time of 3.5 seconds. Now let's go over the front end of the RS7. So first off, I absolutely love this particular paint color. It just looks so sinister on the RS7. You guys can see here, we've got really distinctive body lines here on the hood, which just make this look even more aggressive. And then coming down below, you guys can see here with the daytime running lights, they are just absolutely insane with how they've styled them. And then with the headlights as well, it has this cool kind of like stormtrooper type appearance. I know this isn't a white car, but just with like how it's stylized, it kind of reminds me, I don't know. Anyways, notice here with the parking sensors integrated in the front end and then tons of venting. We have our subtle RS7 logo, and then notice the Audi badge has been all blacked out, so it kind of is, you know, pretty hidden there in the grille. There is a camera there below the Audi logo, and overall, yeah, it just looks so cool. Coming around the side here, we've got 285mm tires wrapped around 22-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see from a design perspective, you've got the silver there on the top. And if we take a closer look, you can kind of see the texture here on the wheel. Very interesting. And then notice massive, massive red brake caliper, and the rotors, again, you got to remember, these are 22-inch wheels. These rotors pretty much fill up the entire wheel. It is just insane. And then notice here how the fender has been styled. You can see body painted there along the side, but then blacked out at the very bottom. The mirrors have been blacked out as well. And there's your full side view. Now here is our key fob. You guys can see we've got the lock function. You've got this to open up the trunk, and then the unlock with the Audi logo, and then it says RS there on the back. So if we press this a couple of times, you can see that the hatch will pop right open. And notice here how we've got the built-in cargo cover. And then you can see with the RS7 tons of storage space here in the back. It is very practical from a storage space perspective. We've got a bunch of stuff happening down there. Anyways though, yeah, super practical. Also look at this. Really beautiful with the trim, and the hatch makes it so that putting stuff in here would be really easy. When you're done, you can press this to lock it, and then that will just lower it down. Now let's finish things up with the rest of the rear for the RS7. So you guys can see first off, we have another blacked out Audi badge, and that says RS7 here on the back. And then we have this cool light bar here on the back. I'll give you guys a full view in a moment. And looks like we got the deployable spoiler, which is another cool touch. And then we've got parking sensors here down below. And then look at these covers for the exhaust tips. Definitely unique. Kind of reminds me of the new Audi R8. And there's kind of like a bigger view of the light bar, or I should say a better view. Again, looks pretty cool. Now here's the door panel in the rear. You can see we've got beautiful leather here at the top, and then we have carbon fiber down below, and the texturing on it feels really cool. And then we've got Alcantara, and then we have more leather. I mean, tons of nice materials. Look at the red stitching that goes throughout. And then look at these seats. These are crazy with the stitching design all perforated. And then we'll quickly hop in. Notice there's a vent right there. There is legroom. You can see a little storage pocket. And then you guys can see here, we've got the vents here. And then this is just a little screen here to control stuff for the rear, like the climate system and everything. And then notice got the USBs here. And you guys can see here with the center console and the cup holders. I did review another RS7. Just look up Ben Hardy RS7, Audi RS7, and you guys will see that review if you want to see like a whole thing with the screen and side to the front. Now here's the front door panel. You can see here again with the leather trim at the top, and look at the silver trim down below that, and then again with the carbon fiber. And then you can see with the Alcantara down below, that really nice looking door panel. I'll show you guys another view once we pop in. You guys can see here with all the window controls. And the finish on everything is really high quality actually. And then here are these seats. Again, notice how it says RS. And then you can see there with the design on the seat, looks really good. Power adjustments there on the side. And then here's the pedal layout. And then notice another RS logo. And we have our light controls right there with some more carbon fiber. And then here, let me just close the door. I guess we won't have a door closing clip. Actually, it'll be easier to see on the passenger side here with the door panel. So now you guys can see kind of the overall material use. Definitely looks nice. So here is the steering wheel. You guys can see we've got Alcantara all around. We have our RS logo here at the bottom, and we got like our voice command, volume controls here on the one side, and you can see with the paddle shifters for that 8-speed automatic. And then we do have some controls for the center stack, and then notice stuff for like the cruise control. And then we got our turn signal stock, and then our windshield wiper stock, and overall really cool steering wheel. So here is the center gauge cluster. You guys can see we've got like the temperature on the one side and the fuel, which is fuel light is blinking. Anyways, here is the whole like gauge cluster itself. Full digital gauge cluster, looks fantastic. And then notice when I change the drive modes, it'll pop up right here. So I can go from like comfort to auto to dynamic and then back to comfort. Notice it'll actually change where the RPMs sit at. But yeah, being a fully digital gauge cluster means that there's, well, of course, a bunch of different menus you can scroll through. Let's see what average fuel economy has been, 16.9 miles per gallon. And you guys can see all the different stuff that you can actually scroll through here with the menu. So just super customizable. Notice you got like the navigation screen as well. And you can make stuff smaller or larger here with the screen as well. So you can make like the whole screen be the navigation screen. So overall, really cool system. And you know, it was kind of like one of the first like cool digital gauge clusters on the market in terms of like when Audi first released this. Now here's the infotainment system. First off, if I pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and then notice we got that bird's eye view as well, which is really cool. And something that I think is cool is the camera turns with the wheels, like super unique. So from a camera system perspective, I'd say it's pretty dang good. Now as for the rest of the infotainment system, okay, there we go. You guys can see we've got the shortcut bar right here, and I forgot with this infotainment system, you have to like really click. You can't just like lightly tap. Notice I'm just lightly tapping, it doesn't really do anything. You have to actually click on the icons, kind of like a mouse pad. Definitely an interesting system, that is for sure, but then you can just swipe like normal. So very interesting. Notice we can go to like the vehicle tab, for example, so we can see everything that's happening. And let's see what's on the seats. Oh, pretty simple stuff with that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And notice here, you can customize everything as well. We have our RS1 and RS2 modes. So yeah, tons of cool stuff with this. Again, definitely a lot of stuff to dig into if you ever buy one of these. And if that wasn't enough screen action for you, we have another one down below for the climate system. This has heated and cooled seats, dual zone climate, pretty easy to use. Again, it's got like the haptic feedback, so you have to actually press into the buttons. Pretty hard for anything to, well, I should say buttons, screen, for anything to happen. Same thing here, like look if I want to get the fan speed to go up, for example. And we have our drive mode select here, stability control, and then notice here we press this button. It's for the driver assistance to kind of customize that. And then we got this for the parking sensors, volume control, and then notice we have Alcantara here even on the shifter. Parking brake, and then notice a couple of cup holders. And then with the center console, you just lift it up. We have a wireless phone charger inside of that center console, and then notice more leather trim on that. And then look at the dash, right? Like nice leather here at the very top. And then you got like carbon fiber. It says Quattro, of course. And then, ooh, original window sticker. Anyways, we'll go over that in a moment, but that's the glove box. And then we'll finish things up with the top here. So just a regular like cloth headliner, it looks like. But we have this sunroof here at the top. Got the controls for the sunroof right there, and there you go. Okay, so just a quick note. This is the original MSRP, but that doesn't reflect current market value. But we can see stuff like original fuel economy, for example, 15 around town, 22 on the highway. Anyways, you guys can see here with the standard equipment that this comes with, and the original warranty from the manufacturer, 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty. And then you guys can see the base MSRP before options were added. So this has Nardo Gray added to it, if you guys are wondering. And then all the other options, including the Sport exhaust. So I guess we'll hear what that sounds like in a moment. But this is the total original MSRP. Again, like I said, not current market value, $129,645. Let's see how it drives. quickly talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. You guys can now see the heads-up display, hopefully. Both of the mirrors. We do have blind spot monitoring. Kind of shows like on the side of the mirror. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Well, let's hope we don't fizzle out and run out of gas. Let's cross our fingers. Now, before you guys try to give the dealership crap, they literally just got this car traded in. They haven't even had a chance to look at it. And so they don't know that this car doesn't have any gas in it. And obviously I could go to the gas station and get gas. That would be the smart thing to do. But, you know, here in the Ben Hardy world, we like to risk it for the biscuit. So this video is going to have like some tension in it. Now you guys are gonna like watch this to hear my impressions, but then also, does Ben make it back to the dealership, or does he get stranded on the side of the road because he ran out of gas? First off, this car is really smooth from a ride quality perspective. Like, they just redid this road, so I mean, that kind of, you know, helps out a little bit. This road used to be really bumpy, which I love because it kind of helped out with reviewing cars, but still, this has such a very nice, like, comfortable luxury ride to it. It really does, like I said, feels like a luxury car. The thing I hate about downtown Salt Lake is people just cross crosswalks when they don't have the little walking person. Yeah, so smooth. The seats are really comfortable too. AC seat function is definitely coming into play. Gonna pop it into dynamic mode. Gets a little bit more aggressive. This car feels really tight too. Gonna get on a little bit here. Wow, that is just like partial throttle. We will fully risk it for the biscuit at the end when we're like close to the dealership, so that if, you know, if I accidentally run out of gas, that we're good. I'm gonna pop it into manual mode to see what the shifts are like. Pretty much instantaneous. I mean, that's kind of typical with this 8-speed automatic. It does feel stiffer in this dynamic setting. Like, you can actually perceive a difference with the suspension. It's definitely like more on edge, that is for sure. But still, I mean, it's a great luxury car. This is the type of car that you could just cruise like miles and miles. And the thing that's kind of scary about Audis is like they're so like calm and comfortable. And this is a lot of other German cars too, like Porsche and BMW, but they're so calm and comfortable and smooth at high speeds that like you could be going super fast and not even realize it. But it's great if you're just like, you know, cruising and do a lot of highway driving and everything. Definitely the type of car that you'd want for that type of driving, that is for sure. Yeah, even over like all these like little bumps and everything that are out here, it's just such a comfortable drive. Really impressed. Yeah, really impressed actually with the overall suspension compliance here. So I guess we'll start to sum things up here with the RS7, and I'm gonna turn down the AC. We gotta conserve fuel because we got a red light here. Anyways, I think it looks great, especially in this Nardo gray. I think it is such a fantastic looking car. It's just, yeah, it looks amazing. Interior is just, it's not necessarily the most exciting because it's like all dark colors and everything, but like fin finish is amazing. I can definitely tell that Audi is like basically borrowed everything from like, I think like Porsche, because it has like the similar like quality and fit and finish to what Porsche has, which, you know, they're under the same manufacturing flag now. And this is where we risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, it's quick. It is quick. You guys are the 0 to 60 time, 3.5 seconds. And it definitely, it feels it. That is for sure. Wow, this car is crazy. So yeah, as I was saying, fin finish is amazing, and I'm impressed because Audis didn't used to feel this nice. Like, this is a full-blown luxury car. It's also an amazing performance car, and it like feels high quality. Like, I feel like I'm in a very nice, high quality interior. I don't feel like I'm getting in frankly, what Audis used to be, in my personal opinion, was kind of like a, you know, budget German luxury car. This feels a whole lot better than that. So yeah, look at this. Going over the little dip. Suspension just super compliant all the time. But yeah, Audi's improved things a massive amount. And so if you want a crazy high performance fun sedan, that's what the RS7 gives you. And these are a lot more attainable than the RS6s. The RS6 obviously is cool with the hatchback look, but it seems like these are a lot easier to come by than those RS6s. But let me know what you guys think about this. And we made it. That's going to sum things up for our video on this RS7. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Jody Wilkinson Acura here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this RS7. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you guys.